you all so much for coming out tonight. I think we're ready. We can get started? Yes? We're allowed to get started? We're going to get started. All right.
Permission to come aboard.
Permission
Yes.
to get started. Thank you for coming out to our GameScoop panel. The way GameScoop starts is, what's up, everybody? Welcome to IGN GameScoop. I'm your host, Damon Hatfield. Joining me this week is Sam Claiborne.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
We don't need to stop between people.
Tina Meany.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming.
And co-founder of IGN, Seth Macy.
Yeah, give it up. Yeah.
We agreed on that job title earlier. Agreed on it.
We've got a great show for you this year.
Damon.
It's a leap year. This is, what's that, Tim?
I have a good F word to start this.
An F word?
Yeah.
There's a baby here, so.
Welcome to PAX East, everybody. Welcome to Wax. I don't know.
I'll allow it.
That's good.
Got a great show for you today. We're going to play some games. We're going to talk a little bit about next-gen consoles. But first, Seth, you just recently reviewed the Mega Man Zero and ZX Legacy Collection.
I did. That's true.
You liked it a lot.
I loved it. It was very good.
Gave it an 8.
I did.
8 is very good on the
8 is
IGN
great.
scale. Yeah.
That's a little trick to remember.
Yeah. And Sam, you have reviewed some Mega Man games in the past. So you both are kind of like Mega Man experts.
Yeah. One of them.
Kind of experts.
Yes, kind of.
So I wonder if you could help me out with something.
Okay.
This is a poster from...
If this is about the plot of Mega Man, I can't help you.
This is a poster from Nintendo Power from Mega Man 2. I have a question about Dr. Wily's shoe. What? That's not a thing? Like, Dr. Wily's too cheap to buy new shoes?
Here's the thing.
What's happening?
Is that he invents robots to do all of his work,
Yeah.
and he's never invented a robot cobbler.
Yep. Compliment.
Cobbler man.
Well,
Watch out.
mystery solved. Sam, this is your first PAX. Mm-hmm. Yeah. While you were walking around the show floor, did you find any good old games?
Yeah, the whole purpose of me coming here was to shop for old games. And there was 2 places that I really liked. One was called Dial-Up Games. I'll show you what I got. All right, 1 second.
We have props.
So here's some two really cool things I got today. One is a copy of Space Harrier for Famicom, and that's weird because it's a Sega arcade game that's on the NES. So pre-console war, kind of weird. I got a boxed copy of Yoshi's Cookie from Japan, and it's got Yoshi being killed by cookies on the back. Can we put that up in Still Store? That was a fun one. What else we got here? And then each of us kind of picked out a game at the Dial-Up booth.
Yeah.
Damon picked
Shadowgate.
Oh, that's a great game.
Thank you. Thank you
Please,
for your
no
applause.
applause for Shadowgate.
No, that's a great
Garbage game. No.
Thank you.
I picked Super Adventure Island. I don't know. I thought it was on brand. And then Tina got The Lion King for Super Nintendo. So we're really excited to go home and play these. So if we could get through this.
Yeah, let's speed things up. When should we do the thing?
You tell us.
Should we
Now.
do it now?
Yeah, we can.
Just do it now?
Yeah, we can do it
Okay.
now. You guys want a surprise right now?
You can do it.
Well, do you guys like our shirts? Well, if you would look under your chair, three of you may find something under
It's on the
your
front
chair.
of the chair because it was to hide the stickers on
The
these
front of the
see-through chairs.
There's a pesky goose.
Has anybody found
You two
a
should look.
pesky goose? Okay, we got one right here.
It looks like
Gentleman
this.
right
Hold
here.
it up. So
Come
you
on
see what
up.
it looks like.
Come on up.
Yeah.
We tried to salvage the sticker for you. Oh, yeah.
There we go.
This gentleman found
There's
a
2.
scrap
Oh,
of paper.
And there's 3.
Sam will dole out the shirts.
Yeah.
Maybe you gotta start on. Okay.
Let's save some for the rest of us.
Shirt, and shirt.
All right.
There we go.
Congratulations to the winners, but in my heart, you're all winners.
Where do those come from, Damon?
Those come from the IGN store, store.ign.com. You can get your own copies there. Let's check in with the listeners.
Hey, listeners.
Thanks, yes. Remember, you can always reach us at the email address, gamescoop@ign.com, just like Mark in Stourbridge, UK did. He couldn't be with us tonight, so he wrote us an email.
It's a long trip.
He said, Dear Damon and company, wondered what you and the crew thought about the following. With the reveal of many Xbox Series X specs and console properties this week, Xbox has gone in early to try and dictate the early next-gen console conversation. The reveals seem to have gone down really well online with Xbox fans and media outlets alike. However, what the Reddit conversations and gaming website sections suggest to me is that gamers have already made up their minds on which next-gen console they will buy. I feel gaming has reached a smartphone-like stage of its life cycle, whereby people stay locked in the same ecosystem without giving much choice to change their main console. I'm one of those people. I know I'll be buying a Series X day one, and I've not even heard anything real about the PlayStation 5. What does the Scoop crew plan to do, and am I in the minority? P.S. More game scope, please. We put up a new episode yesterday. Did anybody check it out? Okay, thank you.
It went badly for one of us.
I got 6 points.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It was bad. I lost.
By show of applause, let's see. So as of today, as of February 29th, 2020, who's excited about Xbox Series X? And who would say they're excited about PlayStation 5?
It's a clear
Intellivision?
winner.
Unexpected.
There is a new Intellivision coming out. The Amiga.
Atari?
And the Atari.
Animal
All right, well,
Crossing
they should-
Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cutest Switch ever.
Well,
Man, is the
if
CDI
you want to go
coming
in
out?
on that with me, we can bring it back, I'm sure.
Well, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, people are still really excited about PlayStation 5, even though Sony hasn't really let us know much about it yet.
It'll tell if you're sweaty. On
It
the
may tell if you're sweaty, yeah.
It may
But
or may not. Patent.
Yeah, is that the case right now?
Yeah, it's just a patent. They may use it. They may not.
But nobody else can now. If you...
Without the Wii Vitality sensor.
Yeah, totally. That was going to suck your blood, right? That was the idea of it?
Yeah,
It
definitely.
took the blood out of you
Tells you what blood type you
and
are.
sent it to Satoru Iwata. Yeah. Whew. Narrowly avoided
And you
that
thought
fate.
Facebook was concerning.
Were you going to ask if we're ever going to switch console allegiances?
That's I don't know if I was going to ask that directly, but I guess I was just curious. Like, there's Microsoft continues giving out information about the Xbox Series X. I feel like excitement is building for that, and yet excitement for PlayStation 5 remains higher in spite of the lack of information.
interesting.
I think that's interesting.
Well, they've like dominated the last 5
That's true.
years at least.
That's true.
And so I think there's a bit of goodwill that's already been fostered for the PlayStation community. So there's kind of riding on that, obviously, because there's not a lot of information on the PS5 out there yet. I'm excited that Microsoft's finally beginning to like feel confident clearly. So it's nice that they're being a little bit more forward with their information, so that we can know what their vision is for the future, since they kind of messed it up last gen or this gen. Yeah.
It was 2013. This is a true story. I was like, which one am I going to get? I'll probably get the new Xbox. And then Sony said $399, and I went on to Amazon and I pre-ordered the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
I have no loyalty. Console loyalty.
But to price.
The
Loyalty
price
to price.
was the biggest factor. But I don't know, man. The Xbox Series X seems kind of rad.
Yeah. It's weird.
12 teraflops is a lot of flops.
We all thought, I think Google thought they could peel off a lot of the audience to their phones by making just as good phones for cheaper, and they have. Just, that never worked on me.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if that's going to work on me. But I'm the only Xbox guy on this panel, so what do I know?
Know about
Well,
Xbox.
so I was like an original Xbox person because I loved Halo, and all my friends were on like every Xbox generation machine. So I go where my friends are, right? Like that seems to make sense. And everyone switched over for PS4. Everyone was on PlayStation. So sure enough, yeah, why not? There's a lot of crossover IP-wise, and frankly, we're all going to get both consoles.
Yeah, eventually.
But day one?
I mean, yes.
No.
Yeah.
But that's also because it's part of the job.
Yeah.
Hard to avoid.
You're
so.
going to get us
That's a lot of pressure.
No, you get your own.
I have breaking news, everybody. Justin Davis has just tweeted or texted me to let me know if you guys use the code PAX Friends in the iGen store, you can get a discount.
You're kidding me. Show me the
Nice.
text.
I'll show you the text. It's right here. PAX Friends to get store discounts.
That's all.
He's in your
Can
phone as
confirm.
BFF?
What's up?
He's in your phone as BFF?
No, he's not. Man, I think I know what slide.
It had a heart emoji. I saw it.
First of all, are the potato dudes here? Yeah, they are. These guys. Okay, all right. Settle down.
I forgot about that, and now I'm terrified.
He intentionally
kidding. It was
shunned
cool.
it from his brain.
Okay,
Is this a topic?
We'll talk to you. No, I just wanted to identify them so we can make our quick exit. That's true. Is anyone excited for Resident Evil 3 Remake? Yeah. So I found this GamePro
What is going on here?
with Resident Evil 3 Nemesis on the cover. So this is 1999, November 1999. We like to flip through some old magazines here. So I found some choice selections in this issue.
Wait, can you go back?
Yeah, we can go back.
Okay, so it was a hot night, clearly, so she had to take off her sweater, but
Yeah.
she also had to run from zombies, but it might be colder later, so she tied her sweater to her waist.
Yeah. Didn't want to leave it behind.
Yeah.
I had my sweatshirt tied around my waist, which
Yeah.
was the style at the time.
Yeah.
There's an ad here. If it were a movie, it would have 5 stars, show 8 worlds, and play for 30 hours.
Wow.
Man, what could it be? It's Donkey Kong 64.
Yeah.
Too
Highly
big.
underrated.
Too big to be a movie.
What's the 8 worlds thing?
I guess there's 8 worlds in it.
Oh,
8
movies these days, they show so many worlds. What is that about?
I like
Did
the-
anyone else 100% Donkey Kong 64?
No,
Yes, yes.
You
yes,
100%ed it?
Yes.
I thought it couldn't be done.
No.
it couldn't because there's that underwater level with all the bananas and you cannot get them all in that submarine.
You just shattered my illusions.
Yeah, it's so hard. I'm just saying that's where I got stuck. I hit my wall.
I could have. Well.
And you probably did it. I just couldn't.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Yeah.
saying it was
No.
impossible.
Also,
like it was a
there was a
glitch.
really good emulation of Donkey Kong, the arcade game.
Yeah, for a long time, that was the only emulation of the Donkey Kong
Probably
arcade
illegal.
game. Yeah, though that was authorized.
I never played this game. I like how the text says, can an adventure be too big? And that was exactly the criticism of that game. So, yes.
Yes, it was too big.
Turns out that it can be.
It can't be.
So,
7.8, too big.
okay, so this is an ad for a wireless controller, and I guess what's happening is mom is trying to interrupt the game with blah, 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 and
Mom who bore and raised you,
trying to get him to eat just a massive mound of broccoli. Just the biggest
who's
plate
looking out for your health.
of broccoli that you've ever seen.
Tina's finding sympathy in a different part of this advertisement.
What's that?
She's pro-mom.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I'm just trying to decipher. And the idea is that since it's a wireless controller, your mom can't unplug it? Is that
No, she won't get in the way.
Can't block this.
Yeah.
I think
She's
the
like
idea-
in front of the TV.
Yeah.
You can physically block your image to it.
Yeah, there's other things that mom can do
There's
to
a
stop
lot
this.
wrong with this advertisement.
Well,
Also, is that a reference they can't touch this? And isn't this a little late for that?
1999. What's up? It kind of looks like that, right? It looks like the broccoli
broccoli
is
saying
Shouldn't
saying.
it be saying can't brock this?
The broccoli,
Oh, the broccoli is saying it.
the broccoli's on the player's side because it doesn't want to get eaten.
Can't brock this. How does broccoli sound?
Radiocom, no delay, Seth.
Oh, cool.
Look, I just
Yeah,
have
I
a
believe
PSA. If you work in an office, don't cook broccoli in the kitchen in the office. It smells terrible.
Yeah.
You should not microwave broccoli
Don't microwave
ever
broccoli.
in your office.
In general.
Well, yeah, mom has brought a glass of milk. Justin Davis would drink that glass of milk. And I only included this because it's just such a gross 90s ad that you don't see this kind of ad anymore.
What's it for?
Spree.
Free?
Oh, the
They-
candy?
It's a
Yeah.
kick in the mouth.
Yeah. Tangy, fruity, chewy Spree.
Okay.
Do they still sell
Candy on
Spree?
the edge.
Can you move on?
Edgy candy.
Okay, we're moving on.
Yeah, it's gross.
So,
Okay, let's keep on going.
Well, look, he's got the Resident Evil 3 look.
this is a Levi's.
Do you think this is some kind of zombie scenario?
This is a Levi's ad.
Okay.
And I just want to. Seth?
What? No.
Is this you?
No. No. Not at all.
Can you quickly Photoshop a hat on him?
All right, well, okay. There's an interview with Shigeru Miyamoto in this issue. And I like this quote. They say, was the creation of Zelda Gaiden motivated by unfinished creative business? Were things you didn't do in Ocarina of Time that you still wanted to do? He says, yes, actually. For the 64 DD, we thought of changing the dungeons and making some parody games based on the Ocarina of Time.
Which is what Majora's Mask was.
A parody game?
I mean, basically.
Maybe. And then they asked him, since we appear to be
Well,
fast...
do you think there was like so whenever we get a quote, we always get a translator, even though somebody
be a
else already
translation.
translated it. It's a good news follow-up. So maybe that parody word was not the right word.
Yeah, possible. If
Yeah.
GamePro didn't have a Japanese speaker translate it themselves. But I imagine Miyamoto had his translator with him, so...
Nintendo does their own translation a lot, right?
Yeah, Miyamoto has his go-to translator.
He's a personal
It's probably
translator?
legit.
That's when you know you've made it. GamePro asked him, since we appear to be fast approaching the transition from N64 to Dolphin, looking back, what are your favorite N64 games aside from those you've personally created? Says it's rather difficult. I like games like Smash Brothers, even though they are not made by me. I like Konami's soccer game. And of course, Rare is good at making games. I'm sorry, I can't think about anything else right now. In other words, I want to say ours are the best.
Yeah.
You really brought it back around there.
Yeah.
Well,
can't-
insinuated it and then fully just said it.
I can't argue with that.
I wrote a story once after interviewing Miyamoto about what his favorite Mario game was, and he said very, kind of self-deprecatingly, Super Mario Brothers 2, which he did work on, but he didn't really, complete in the way that it got translated to Super Mario USA. But right after I published that, somebody got really mad, and they're like, "I wrote this same article before, but it was a different answer." And it was like the same year. He was like that. He was like said Super Mario World or something.
Yeah.
So
Changes every year.
yeah.
Just trolling all journalists.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay, so in 1999, the Game Boy Advance was not out yet. And they have an article on the Game Boy Advance. The Game Boy grows up, and there's a little insert here that says, the 32-bit Game Boy Advance will be part portable game machine, part cellular telephone. Wow.
If only we would have Nintendo iPhones now.
Yeah, I don't think...
I like that it specifies, no, it won't look like this.
it's not going to look like this, everybody.
With the antenna.
We could just release that as a PS5 speculation thing right now. I think this is probably what it'll look like.
Sure, why not?
Antenna, black and white screen, phone.
PS5 cellular.
I like the pink, though. The pink looks really good.
Yeah, I
nice.
think this look good.
Of course, the Resident Evil 3 cover story. I like the opening paragraph is funny to me. It says, Resident Evil made its name on the PlayStation, and Resident Evil 3 Nemesis could be the best of the series for that system. Even in its early stages, RE3 looks like a monster hit with souped-up gameplay, killer graphics, spine-tingling sounds, and a throat-grabbing storyline. It's rated mature, of course, but that's probably not going to stop many hardcore gamers. I don't know. Why would an M rating stop hardcore gamers?
I don't know. Are there any unlockable sweaters? I haven't. Was this a good game?
The original RE3, I think, is okay.
All right.
Hopefully, they've improved it for the remake.
Yeah.
Would people agree with that? It's not the best. It's not as good as RE2, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's just the insert there. And then they talk about how that different versions of Resident Evil are coming to different systems, maybe the Game Boy Color, and they actually show the Game Boy Color remake, version of the original Resident Evil, which never came out.
Which has like pre-rendered backgrounds and everything.
They were trying to make it work on Game Boy Color.
Yeah, that
but-
Game Boy was so versatile.
I know.
I mean, that version was terrible, but still, good try.
Yeah. Now, believe it or not, this is an ad for RAM. Like
random access memory.
Yeah, like RAM.
What is it?
RAM,
And
like memory.
I think
Random
so
access memory.
The ad is like parodying like cool cigarettes, like the
Yeah, I was gonna say,
cigarettes
it's like a
ads, where it's like
Newport
people
ad.
like having a great time
Alive with
smoking
pleasure.
cigarettes.
Yeah,
Which is
totally.
weird for a video game magazine that's targeting youths.
Yeah, it's low tar.
Have you got enough RAM to take you to Xanadu? Go to rammatters.com. Listen, guys.
Is that link still functioning?
RAM matters.
What brand are you?
I'm sorry?
What RAM brand are you?
I don't know. An ad for RAM is pretty good. There's a review of Jet Force Gemini. Does people like this game? Anyone like Jet Force Gemini?
I love this game.
You like this one, Sam?
Yeah, I really liked it. It had a cool, you collected knockoff Ewoks in it. It had a bunch of cool planets. And then there was a fun buddy mode where you could play through the game, and then your friend could float around you as a little droid and just zap things and kind of like paralyze them.
Well, they liked it. They gave it a 5 in fun factor, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
But these characters are just so hideous. They're horrifying, I think. I don't remember the characters in this game.
It was a different time, Damon.
It was a different time. There's some ads for the Dreamcast in here, which would have just been out recently. But the ads are mean. I don't know. It's like it knows you like. This is for what, NFL 2K. It knows you like running off tackle on 3rd and short. Obstinate little tool, aren't you? First of all, nobody knows what the word obstinate means. Why? There's another one for which Sonic Adventure. Sonic has a new Lightspeed dash. Too bad your lame-ass reflexes are the same.
Yeah. Take that, customer.
Yeah.
Is this like reverse psychology? What's going on here?
I don't know. Maybe it made people want to run out and buy
This
a
is
Dreamcast.
the attitude era of wrestling. This is post play it loud. This is in your face, baby.
Obstinate little tool, aren't you? Blockbuster ad. Some people go to places other than Blockbuster for video game accessories. We call them dorks.
Wow. Sick
Yeah, but
burn,
who had
Blockbuster.
the last laugh in the end?
The dorks.
Exactly.
Who's dorking now?
I like the entire green page with blue text on it.
Yeah.
Just looks great to the eyes.
Yeah, that's how you can really read it.
You guys have seen Monster Squad, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In that movie, they used dork as a euphemism for sexy time.
Like
Did you dork him?
as a verb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
This word is very versatile.
I never used that way. But I'm an obstinate little
Tool. So on Games Week, we like to play video game 20 questions. There's another game that we play in live scenarios called Video Game Who Am I, which we'll get to in just a little bit. But I wanted to share a couple of the rejected suggestions for 20 questions, because we just get like some stuff that I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think people try to think that they really want to stump us, and so they'll pick the most obscure game possible.
Listen, it's not hard.
Well, for one, it's not hard. And I think Damon wants to pick ones that he knows that we could probably get.
Yeah, you want to pick it. It's not super obvious, but that they could actually
Yeah, it's gotta be that
guess
sweet
at
spot.
some point. But we get suggestions
And remember,
like
it
this.
can't be ambiguous at all whether it's 3D or not.
The Outfit. James Lane in Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
Is this a real
suggested this
game?
one. Yeah, but it's like, I've never heard of it. Does anyone know this game? Yeah, thank you. Well,
All
okay,
right.
one guy does.
Remember when this happens, everybody, somebody out there has to check for us to make sure Damon didn't review it, because sometimes he forgets.
Does, yeah. This is before my time, though, even.
All right, we'll check. Somebody out there will check. Who
Or
reviewed
there's Command and Conquer Renegade,
Oh, boy.
which I
See,
think...
that box art would be permanently burned into the Mind Palace. I would remember that one.
I think this is a first-person shooter spin-off.
Set
Will
in the
you know
Command
this
and-
one?
Yeah, it's set in the Command and Conquer
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah. Who knows this one? Okay, more people know this than The Outfit.
Seth, how many questions would it take you to get that?
I wouldn't get it.
Oh, okay. So, infinite questions.
Infinite questions, yeah.
Those are just a couple of the ones I've had to reject recently. But we'll play Video Game Who Am I? Now, the way this works is I've selected a different video game character for each of our panelists here. And we're going to ask them to briefly close their eyes, and then I'm going to reveal to everyone in this room who they are. And then we're going to take the picture away. And then we're all going to help them guess who they are. So no one, when you see the picture, nobody shout it out to ruin the game for everyone. But they're just going to ask yes or no questions to figure out who they are, and we're all going to help them decide. Cool? So we're going to start with Seth, I believe. So Seth, close your eyes.
Should we close our eyes just in case you show some other one?
No, I know the order.
Okay.
Okay, so Seth is,
Oh.
and
Okay.
we will accept two different names for this character. Okay, Seth.
Okay.
Let's see if you can figure out who you are.
Am I a human?
Yes.
Damn.
Really narrows it down.
I know, worst case scenario.
Yeah,
IRL, too.
Well, he said two different names. I was like, oh, it's Mega
Hey,
Man
what
or
would you-
Rockman.
If you could be anything but a human, what would you be?
A robot, obviously.
Oh, okay.
Obviously.
Well, we wouldn't be able to tell.
That's true. Well, that's more of a cyborg type deal going on. But
Actually.
Are you robot splaining me?
am I the hero of a game?
Yes.
Okay. Is this game from before the year 2000?
Whoa, we're going this route. Okay. That's good.
This is a legit strategy.
Yeah.
All right.
You have to phrase it in the form of a first person question. Am I
Am I?
in a game from the year before 2000?
Thank you, Sam.
Am I
Jeopardy.
someone who?
What if?
I try.
Am I? Do I shoot guns?
No.
No. From the year before.
Define gun. I'm just kidding. You know, shit.
Am I a Nintendo character?
Not owned by Nintendo, but you've appeared on Nintendo platforms.
Before 2000. I don't shoot things. Am I a cartoonish type of rascal? No. I'm a realistic character. I'm a real man's man.
The thing is, there's a level of art to this character, but it's on the realistic side.
It's on the realistics for Nintendo. Oh, well, it only
Yeah.
appeared on Nintendo. Man.
I didn't say only.
Right. Oh. Am I a multi-platform man?
Am I a multi-platform man? Yeah, you've been on other platforms.
Your games have appeared on multiple
Before
platforms.
2000.
Yes, but maybe not exclusively before 2000.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So much.
Yeah, I wouldn't bark down that. What's the expression? Hole?
Tree?
Tree? Bark up that tree?
Don't bark down that tree.
Go down that path, up that tree.
Yeah, sure.
Just go nowhere in the jungle or park.
Who's stuck in the tree in that scenario?
The cat, obviously.
There's a cat involved?
And then there's a firefighter.
Am I a
Comes,
cat?
helps sleep cat.
We're not to you
Ask
yet,
that.
Sam. Okay, let's stay focused. Oh, man. Seth, are you ready to guess?
You only have one more question, Seth.
No. I'm so bad at this. Every time I humiliate, and then it's so obvious.
Well, okay, so I picked this character for you. It's someone I absolutely know that. So think about characters that you like.
Oh, that's a lot.
Okay, you asked about the gun question.
Ask
Yeah,
about
there's
other
no
weapons.
gun.
Think about what this character might do.
Do I jump on things?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Am I Jumpman or Mario?
No.
No. Dang. Okay. But I jump on things, and
How else would you get around?
I'm a bicycle.
Yeah, nope.
It's good imagery.
You either jump or ride a bicycle. That's how you
Do
get around in
I
video games.
jump or fly?
Wait, which one?
Do I fly? I mean, I said I jump. I don't.
You don't fly.
I jump. Do I run?
You can run.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can run.
You can do another weird thing that's not in other games from that era.
A weird thing that's not from games from that era.
Keep on going through the weapons.
You don't shoot guns, but
You only did guns.
yeah.
Wait,
Can you be violent in other ways, perhaps?
do I shoot?
Are you really stumped at this point?
I'm always stumped every time.
All right, sure.
I got Battleborn in 20 questions.
I think
one time.
Seth's the first person that's ever lost.
Last year he got Earthworm Jim, and I don't think he guessed that one either.
No, I didn't.
No, he didn't get Earthworm Jim. And then we gave it to you again. That's the big reveal.
If only you learned.
Am I a space person?
No.
Dang, what the hell? Everyone's looking at me like I'm so dumb. Okay, I'm wearing pants.
But
This isn't a
nobody would
dream.
look at this character like he or she is dumb.
Wait, what?
I just said nobody would look at this character like he or she is dumb.
Look at this character. This character wears a hat.
That's a complicated question.
Does this character wear a hat?
No? All right.
Head
Audience
wear?
says no.
This is not
I think Seth
But
is
someone
too
points out their head is covered,
completely
but
bewildered
you
by
wouldn't
this.
call it a hat. So,
We would call it headwear.
All right, I've been in this position before, and
Am
it
I-
went to helmet and crown and all this other stuff.
Am
So
I
don't
a
let
Mortal
Damon
Kombat
pressure you into
character?
this.
no.
Am I a color?
Yeah, I like this strategy. Just name a weapon. We're trying to help you out here.
Mm-hmm.
Think of the Ninja Turtles. What do they have?
What did they have?
Yeah. See, if this doesn't work, it's not going to work.
That
I'm
was,
like
a,
a deer in headlights up here.
that was a big hint.
A sword. Am I a
Yes.
sword?
Yes.
You use a
Think
sword,
of, think of another weapon.
and something covers your head.
And Sam's hint was a big one, his last hint,
Wait, what was?
when he was trying to get you down the path of weapons, right?
What other things do those wacky turtles use?
A bow staff, a sai, ninja stars, and
Yeah.
I like that last
Okay.
one.
So you use a sword and ninja stars, and you have something covering your
is
head.
covered. You are a respectable fighter.
Ryu from Ninja Gaiden.
Yes.
Good job.
I am
good
the
job.
smartest man alive. Yes.
I have a
That's
question.
my avatar on like a bunch of different. I'm like on Steam.
And it took you that long? No, I'm just
Did Seth win that?
Yes, I
All right,
did.
all
Just
right.
let me have this.
He
won
got
the
by
audience
with a little
over.
help from his friends.
All right, Tina, show him how it's done.
kidding.
Yeah,
No,
actually-
don't say that. Don't jinx me. There's no wood around to knock on.
Actually, we're going to save Tina's for last.
Okay.
So, Sam is up next.
Okay.
So, Sam, if you'll politely close your eyes. Okay, everybody. Sam is.
Oh. I love this.
All right? Okay, Sam.
Begin.
Okay. Am I a human?
No.
Am I a robot?
Yes.
What?
You got it. That's it. It's done.
Yeah. Am I a bad guy?
No.
No.
Oh.
Ooh, I'm a good boy. Am I
yeah.
am I a humanoid robot?
No.
Whoa. Am I an animaloid robot?
No.
What? Oh, interesting. So just am I an abstract design robot?
Yeah. But utilitarian.
Right. Yeah. Like good use, but okay. Am I a robot from the future?
No.
Oh.
That's right.
Am I a robot from a licensed property?
Yes.
Yes.
Am I BD8? Is that what it's called? BD.
I'm sorry.
What BD?
You know who you are. Yeah.
BD?
You are BD1.
BD1.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You got it. You got
That's like kind of cheating.
How is that cheating?
Because you said BD8.
Okay, I lost. Sorry, everybody.
It's cat-like.
It is cat-like.
So that's why we
yeah.
got tripped up on the, is it like a, yeah.
Yeah, because I've always described that as a very
Yeah.
cat-animated creature.
Exactly.
it.
creature
Yeah, maybe
robot.
this little animaloid then.
Also, the answer to is that a robot is no. Seth, I expected more of you after earlier.
Sorry.
We just knew that would go down a very
was
veering
great.
path.
Yeah, I
We didn't
know.
want to confuse you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. It's
Do
been
you have
fun.
a second option?
Nice
for
Sorry,
him?
I
That was
lost.
too easy.
Too easy?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think I picked a good one for Tina. So,
Okay,
all right.
Let's do it.
Last round.
Yeah.
Tina is.
Oh my God. Am I a potato?
Oh wait!
Whoa,
don't look up! Don't look up!
don't
Don't
open
look
your
up!
I'm not.
Don't
I
look up!
haven't.
Don't look up!
I'm just guessing without.
Okay.
Can I open my eyes?
Okay, you can look down.
Am I a potato?
No, you
I had to think like what elicits that kind of laughter.
Oh, yeah.
no.
Am I a human?
No.
No.
Am I a robot or droid?
No.
Well, it's
Am I an
unclear.
animal?
No, just kidding.
Am I an animal?
Yes.
Am I a cat animal?
No.
Nope.
Am I a dog?
No.
Nope.
Am I a companion?
No.
Very much not.
Okay, so am I a main character?
Yes.
Yeah.
A main character animal?
Mm-hmm.
Is it an RPG game? Am I in an RPG game?
No.
No.
Are there hit points? I don't know. No, I'm just kidding.
Am I a magical animal?
No.
Again, I just.
What? That's confusing.
No, you're not.
Quite ordinary.
I'm an ordinary animal.
Yeah.
Am I from Night in the Woods? No, because that's like a cat
Yeah.
protagonist. I don't know animal protagonists. I'm sure I do.
Could narrow it down by the kingdoms more.
The Kingdom.
Yeah, like classes of animal. What?
I know this is a hint. I just don't know where
No,
it's
it's
going.
not a hint. It's just it's just like how I would figure out what animal.
Classes
I am.
of animal.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what it means.
yeah. I'm all of a sudden I'm blanking for species.
Name
of
a
animal.
weapon.
Am I a sword? Am I a rat?
Sword.
No.
Am I a horse?
No.
What other animals are there? Am I a dolphin?
about it.
Is this Echo the dolphin?
You have almost all of them covered.
I'm a mammal, right? Like that's an animal?
No,
not a mammal.
Oh,
That's
I'm
a good
not a
way to go
mammal.
by
Okay,
that type
I'm not
of
a
big
mammal.
species question.
She asked if she is a mammal.
And she's
Yeah,
not.
and I'm not.
Not a mammal.
So I'm cold-blooded is what you're telling me.
Not necessarily. No, you're not cold-blooded.
What?
I think we have a biologist in the audience.
What?
That's really
He
good.
said you're cold-blooded in some ways. Like,
like it.
as we said before, you're not exactly a companion.
Okay, so I'm an evil animal.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm an evil protagonist animal?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is this game?
What other animal kingdoms are there? I know, like species. Think big picture. There's land and
Right?
other things.
So am I a land animal?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Am I a fictional animal?
No, it's a real animal.
I'm sometime. Oh wait, is this Goose?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. He's a friend. He made people fall in love in that game. Yeah. Well, you introduced them, so what is left up to them is up to them. That's true.
I don't. If people have questions, is there a microphone available for them, or is that a possibility? We can talk amongst ourselves while we get that set up, but we'll get a microphone going here just in case. But first, you guys all got to play Animal Crossing today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone else out there got to play Animal Crossing?
It was a long line.
It was a long line.
Can we reveal who's reviewing that game?
Sure.
Sam's reviewing
Hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's see.
So what were your guys' impressions today?
All right, so we did this funny thing where we got to play at once, and that I was unexpectedly what it was that if you go and play in your friend's town with 3 people and you're in your friend's town, anybody can be the leader, and the other people, as was described to me earlier, night crawler around behind you. They just completely enter invisible portals and just zoom around all over the town behind you. So whoever's playing just does whatever they want. Everybody else just is constantly spawning next to them. That was my experience.
Yeah, it was a little. I mean, it's Animal Crossing multiplayer, but it was essentially. But it was weird. It's not like what you're accustomed to. And when you were a leader, it was slightly exhausting because you kept warping us places. And then he had things like, so everybody's going to progress differently. So you had the pole vault and you had the ladder. So you put the ladder down so that you can crawl up a cliff, because that's a new feature in this Animal Crossing.
Oh, yeah.
And then we all run up oh, cool, we get to run up the ladder too. And then he immediately pulls the ladder up, which is not by Sam's doing. It's just the animation, the
Only
way that
my
tool
character had a
works.
ladder.
Yeah, so no one else can use it. So we just sit around and we're all right, I guess move far enough so that we can
Until
warp
I
to
rubber
it.
band you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
At one point, Tina just explored the museum for a really long time, and the other people that were playing just kind of stopped to watch.
Yeah.
And so it was her exploring the museum with these wide-eyed ghosts just popping in out of nowhere constantly.
Actually, that created a cool effect because I was walking down a hallway where there are the evolutions
that
of
was really
all
cool.
the villagers, essentially.
Yeah, you can get. What was that area? Was it skeletons?
It was-
it
yeah,
was
the dinosaurs.
the fossil
Yeah.
area has a woolly mammoth, and then it draws these lines to the elephant villagers, and then it has
So
a
how they're
saber-toothed
connected,
tiger.
how all the villagers are connected
Yeah.
to dinosaurs, as if that makes sense.
It's really cool. And then there's in the dinosaur exhibit, there's the meteor.
That's right.
A meteor impact thing, which is really harsh. But what were you going to say? You were going
So when we were walking down, when I was walking down this path, all the other friends started popping up, and we all lined up with the villagers. So that was kind of funny.
That was really weird.
Yeah.
Not a good multiplayer game.
Yeah.
You can definitely.
You're
We
ready
messed
to
around- we messed
weigh
around
your
with
verdict
emote.
already on that.
Some of us had emotes, some of us didn't. Because obviously progress is, again, an essential thing in this case. So some of us had emotes, we were playing around with that. We took some pictures.
Yeah, picture mode was fun.
He had a bee sting in all the pictures.
Yeah. I found the bees.
Yeah, and our guide, our Nintendo guide, was like, "Oh, we can, get you patched up for that." And Sam's like, "No, I like my look."
I looked for an eye patch. But yeah, it definitely is more Animal Crossing, and I couldn't be more excited.
Did it finish downloading in your hotel room?
What's that?
Did you finish downloading it?
I can't answer that question.
Okay. All right. We do have a microphone set up. If anybody has any questions for us, you can start lining up there, but don't feel obligated. We can definitely bullshit for another 15 minutes easily. Sorry, we have a baby here. Sorry I said that.
Sorry, baby.
Hi, baby.
But Seth, you also got to play Doom.
Yes. That's what I'm curious. Who's gonna buy Doom when it comes
That's
out?
good.
Who's gonna buy Animal Crossing? Who's gonna buy both? Yeah, that's the right decision. Yeah, Doom Eternal is awesome. If you guys got a chance to play it, if you haven't, go play it tomorrow because it's amazing. It's at the Discord booth, which is why there's such a long line for Discord.
That explains it.
Yeah.
I was wondering.
Wish you would have told me that this morning.
I got to play it for like 15. I think it's like a 15-minute demo, and it's like that fun, fast loop of the original where you just are like you're smashing guys or demons with the end of your gun or your fist, or you're jamming things into their faces and their faces are exploding. I mean, that's just good, wholesome fun right there.
Yeah.
You're not going to find that in Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, that's embargoed.
Just don't let your mom block it. Can you...
Can't block this.
Can't block this. Damon, you are playing Doom 1 for the first time.
Yeah, I wanted to because they put them on sale for like $1.50 on Switch.
Oh, you're talking like the OG.
Yeah.
And
Doom and Doom
like
2.
the
Yeah.
DOS.
Yeah, which I never played back in the day because we just didn't have a computer.
Because your mom blocked you.
Because my mom blocked me. But she can't block me anymore.
Hey, how does Damon take out demons with his gun?
Okay, all right, let's go over here.
But first,
Please state your name and then let us know your question.
Hi, my name's Thomas. My question is just kind of simple. Like, what's each of your favorite games so far from PAX? Aside from, I guess, Animal Crossing, because we all love that.
Yeah. Doom for you, Seth?
Yeah, I would say, Doom was rad.
I played a game called Disc Room at Devolver. Anybody check this game out? It's from the guys that did Minute.
It's great.
And it's cool. It's like single screen rooms where spinning saw blades are spinning around and you have to avoid them. You don't have a gun, you don't shoot, it's an avoidance game. And as time goes on, more and more saw blades come around and you have to try and dodge them all. And I think all my years of playing bullet hell shooters made me pretty good at it. I like that one a lot. But I think mostly you guys were here to check out Animal Crossing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But my favorite game at PAX was Yoshi's Cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, easily.
Which you'll never open.
Yoshi, no cookie.
Exactly.
That had two meanings, because that's the name of it in Japan. This game, it says it's sealed, but Famicom games didn't come sealed, so
just gonna say.
it should just be in good shape. We'll see. We'll see when I unseal it, which
Does
I'll
not
do
happen.
now. Yeah, I know. It shall stay
Just
in
a box of cookies.
What's up?
Hey, so my name is Paul, and needless to say, we still need a bit more trans and non-binary characters in games. Get some representation in there. But for the moment, do you have any trans, non-binary, or gender queer characters that you love that come to mind?
I think every time I have a chance to create a character, that's like the way I like to play a game. So usually when I have character creators, it's like pursue interesting romances that, that's the way I like to play.
Yeah, that's a good and tough question because there's still so much room for improvement there in the industry. But there are a lot of gay storylines that I've explored through games like with Ellie, with The Last of Us DLC, or in Mass Effect,
Great
where you
one.
get to kind of make your own decisions in that territory and cheat on people in the process.
Yeah.
But anything that's like a narrative exploration of that kind of personalized narrative, that's my jam.
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's made me realize it's something
Yeah.
I've never even explored, and I probably need to step up my game.
Yeah, it's hard to even come up with a list of well represented trans characters in games, unfortunately. So I'll get back to you on that one. What's up?
Hey there, guys. Christian here. Hope y'all are enjoying PAX.
Yeah.
So one of my favorite game series of all time is Kingdom Hearts, but unfortunately, just because so many games and so many different platforms it was on, it is hard to get friends into it. Even with the big box set, they'll skip certain ones. So I'm curious, do you have any favorite game series or game titles that you try to get your fellow coworkers into, but just for some reason or other, it's hard for them to finally bite and check it out?
Card games, Damon?
Yeah, Sam will not play any card games like Slay the Spire or Hearthstone or anything like that. If it has cards in it, Sam, it's like
I'm
kryptonite to Sam.
I'm out. And he tries.
But anybody like Slay the Spire? Yeah, so good.
Damon even got a game made with Witcher characters in it that's about cards, and I won't even play that.
Yeah,
You
that's
started
true.
that, right?
Yeah.
Gwent, I think
Made
it's
Gwent, yeah.
He tried.
Nobody wants to play PUBG with me except for my hardcore group.
Yeah, I don't know. We have a huge team, so there's enough people to go around where you can find your people. For me, it's more about my brothers who I grew up playing games with. Actually, I grew up trying to vie for the controller with them. Now it's very much the opposite. So I try to get them into the big exposition games like Red Dead, and it's like pulling teeth trying to convince them to play.
Yeah, Tina and I both manage a lot of people, so we just tell them to play games and they have to like them.
They have to listen.
It's not a problem.
Yeah, I mentioned bullet hell shooters earlier. I love arcade shooters, but I think I'm probably the only one in the office that's a big super fan of those. So
You're not going to play Animal Crossing.
I'm not going to play Animal Crossing.
He won't even listen to me talk about it.
I made Damon play Battle Block Theater recently because he hadn't.
Yeah,
That's
Battle
a
Block
big
Theater
PAX
I liked.
game.
I had the wrong idea. I thought it was a minigame collection, that game. That game was fun.
But it's a Damie game.
Co-op platformer, yeah. I like that game a lot. And then they have the new Alien Hominid Invasion, or HD?
Yep.
Not Invasion. Invasion is the new one.
Oh, wait.
right?
Yeah.
They already
that's
had
what I'm
HD.
thinking of.
Invasion's
The
the
HD
new
was
one.
years ago.
Did anyone check that out at Behemoth's booth? Seem okay? Seem okay?
Cool.
Very hard, yeah. The original was hard. What's up?
Hi guys, my name is Dave, longtime viewer, first time commenter.
Cool.
My question is about the review process you guys do when reviewing games. I know there's a lot of big games coming out, but when you guys do review big games that everyone wants to know verdicts on and all that stuff, do you guys take influence from any of your coworkers or any guys that work in the office? Or is it purely the reviewer's responsibility of what they think about the game, putting down what they think about all the things that they experience? Because I know there's a lot of trolls out there and a lot of people that contradict what the reviewer is saying, but that's just people in the community.
Yeah, I mean, it's purely, to directly answer your question, it's purely a reviewer's perspective that we're relying on, because we pick the reviewer based on, okay, you're familiar with this franchise, you're really good at, playing shooters, and this is a shooter category, and we want you to have that familiarity. And also that buy-in from the community. Miranda plays and reviews all of our Call of Duty games, and it will probably be her to perpetuity as long as she is with us at IGN, because she's really good at those games, and I think people have come to know and respect her opinions on it. But ultimately, the thing that does impact you from a coworker's perspective is your editor, but that's just an editing process thing. So Dan will challenge every little thing that you say. So it's from grammar, but also to maybe you're in speaking too much and you need to explain this part, or you need a relevant kind of metric to explain why this Call of Duty is different from a former Call of Duty. So he's the person that's making you think on a little bit more of a thoughtful process, but never on the actual opinion. He'll sometimes challenge your opinion to say, you picked this score, but explain to me, this doesn't read as an 8. If you really do feel it's an 8, you need to describe what's good about this game, or you need to reconsider what your score is. So he's there to really bring your opinions out, and that's just in the editing process.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a word, of course, attached to each of our number scores. So sometimes Dan will have this conversation with you where he's like, I didn't hear you say this game was great once, and you want to give it an 8, and an 8 is a great score. So maybe this is just a good game, and you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, and I'm lucky I work from home, so I am free of outside influences because no one else in my house has a review code, as far as I know.
We do, occasionally, this doesn't really happen to us, but maybe at other media outlets, from my background when I've been at other media outlets, we may miss embargoes or launch day or something, and so we make it a point to not look at like any other scores on Metacritic or reviews, because inherently, like, you're just gonna start to, like, as human beings, you're just gonna start to see other people's perspective, and you really want to generate your opinion on your own.
Right. Yeah. That's what I try to do too, before I go into the game.
Yeah.
Cool. Sam, one of our, thank you for your question. One of our review scores has more than one word attached to it. For 11 means off the charts.
Off the charts. That's right.
Yeah. What's up?
This little Easter egg.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
My name is Adrian. A little bit of a long-winded question I have here. I think I know for myself, every time a console is about to be released, my imagination is a lot more robust than what the actual result is. What I'm asking is, do you guys think that there's something special, the basic fundamentals of gaming will be revolutionized in some way or form this coming decade, in some capacity?
Actually, I think when VR becomes like a thing that everybody has, that's like the tipping point, but I don't know that we're there yet, and I feel like, we've got this 12 teraflop, it's like a 2080 super powered console, but
for me, it's just like, go here, do this, go there, do that.
Like, it's more powerful, but we're not getting anything revolutionary as far as gameplay. Like the change from cartridge media with the Super Nintendo to like the PlayStation. It's like, oh my God, like we're listening to actual music. Like this is the Prodigy on Wipeout, like that was unbelievable. Me and my friends would be like, dude, you could hear actual music now. And like, no, I kind of think, there's not that sort of leap anymore. Like we get all this power, but the returns are diminishing until I think VR becomes a thing when we're just like, like this could be a VR simulation right now.
So
you can
immersion.
play Scoop Simulator. Yeah.
I have 2 points on this. One is that I think, so a bit of a teaser, we're actually talking to some developers to explain what is 12 teraflops. Like, okay, it's a measurement of power. Okay, it means that the Xbox Series X is going to be closer to a modern PC than ever before, which is great for console-specific gamers, but seriously, like, what does that mean? What does that mean for the industry? And one of the developers, we're going to publish this next week, hopefully, fingers crossed, and then have it as part of the other show that Damon runs, which is called Console Watch, or Next Gen Console Watch. So one of the developers that we talked to mentioned that there's going to be a wider range of accessibility for a wider range of skill level of studios. So you'll see AAA, this is the speculation, that you could see AAA quality visuals and graphics and performance from studios that aren't AAA, because you don't need to rely on a certain level of optimization that you do for the current gen in your programming. So from a technical perspective, it's easier to make hair look amazing and water look amazing and animations look a lot more fluid. So you'll see indie games that look, hopefully, allegedly, you will see indie games that look on the level of these like big studios like Respawn or whoever else. And I forget my second point. So you go first while I think about that.
Yeah, well, I think like when I'm thinking of game futurism, I talk about this sometimes, but I think there's a couple fun things that are coming. One is that like consoles are going to get this small, they're going to be the size of your phone, and they're going to be really easy to move around. And the idea of a Switch or that has a screen, so it's a little bit special. But any type of like home console, like computing is just getting so tiny, and it's just ridiculous that anything is going to be tall like the Xbox Series X. Like I'm thinking 10 years from now, it's not going to be like that. But another thing is I think AI is like a really big change that we're going to see, like not only in making realistic characters and scenarios and stuff to interact with, but actually having AI assist people in making games. So, I think in the next 10 years, we're going to have a lot easier time making games by having computers co-design them with us. So if I can say in plain English, I wanted to make this goose character, but I want it to waddle like this, and then the game kind of makes that character, or the AI makes that character for me. That's like the big leap in game design that makes it so I can make any game I want, and I can make any movie I want right now, I can make any record I want right now, I can write any book I want right now, but as a single entity, it's really hard for me to make a game. So I think that's a big jump into game design.
I know as a gamer, I've been gaming for at least 2 decades at least, and I think now when I play games, I'm just looking for an experience. It's just something different from everything else, and I'm wondering if I'm going to get that this decade with this new console. something, I don't know, the fourth wall being broken, and he's like doing something that nobody ever did before.
There's a game
I don't
about
even know
making
what that
pizza
means.
on the show floor.
That's true.
I didn't get to play it, but it's about making pizza.
I remembered my other point.
Yeah, please.
So my other point was more on a business perspective, and if you look at the things that Microsoft and Xbox are concentrating on for Xbox Series X, they're really thinking about the ecosystem. So it's not just the Xbox Series X as like a gaming console, but it's as this like quality of life experience for entertainment. So things like smart delivery, the like features that they're focused on are really trying to bring across accessibility in a different meaning. And I think that sort of breaks the industry, like crossplay. Like we never would have been talking about crossplay just 2 years ago, let alone like having that now be this fully fledged integrated feature that even Sony's on board for. It's pretty amazing. So I think it's like really breaking down certain business barriers and where people are beginning, or like publishers are beginning to think about gaming as less of a like niche thing that needs to necessarily be competitive. It's more about like growing it as a technical industry that hopefully touches a lot more people than ever before.
Cool. I think we've got about 5 minutes left for questions.
Hi,
Hi.
Zach. With maybe you guys covered this in the newest episode. I haven't listened to it yet, but with GDC being canceled or postponed or whichever it really is, how big of an impact do you think that's going to have for like the rest of the year? Because that's such a big, that's like the next big event before E3. So now there's kind of a huge gap. And plus like, so many people are going to meet there, game developers, other people in the industry, and chat about all these different things. And now that information isn't going to be shared as easily. In addition to like, the money and time that is everybody had planned to go there that's now up in the air.
Yeah. I guess it depends on how you look at GDC, because it's not, it's an industry event. There's not a lot of public-facing announcements that happen there. You don't see a lot of game announcements there. So I don't think they're now we're missing out on, the next, all of fall's big AAA games being announced. There's a lot of networking that happens there, a lot of hiring, people apply for jobs there.
So a lot of delays in all of those things.
Yeah.
And then there's, people are starting to talk about it, like this is just the beginning of what this kind of.
Bigger question to me is E3 going to be canceled?
Exactly.
Right now, I think it's a very real possibility.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That would be a bigger deal.
Yeah. Awesome.
You could just work from home like me. Just have E3 at your house.
Rub it in, why don't you?
Thank you.
You kind of stole my question there, but I'll know something now.
You got scooped.
I got scooped. My name's Justin, so I'll just make a real quick question. Like, what's a game from last year that you guys were considering for Game of the Year where you guys were just thinking, no, this shouldn't be on our list, or we shouldn't even acknowledge it? Like, what's that discussion where you guys are kind of like, I totally disagree with this kind of game being on our list?
Saltiest pick.
What's your saltiest pick
For a Game of the Year?
We have a lot of talks about Game of the Year, but I don't think we're not going to just shut somebody down.
The year before, I was pretty upset that Red Dead Redemption didn't get it, because I think that's one of the best games ever made of all time, and I think God of War's great, but Red Dead Redemption, I felt like I was a cowboy, in a whole different time.
We agree.
Yeah, we voted for Red Dead Redemption 2 also.
I'm the only one up here who voted for God of War?
Yeah. Whatever.
I'm a man of the people.
Yeah, that one was pretty divisive, Red Dead 2, in the office, because there were a lot of people who ignored, or didn't ignore, but felt like, some of the chorier things that you had to do didn't really impact the overall experience. And that just didn't fit well for other people. So it's really just a matter of personal preference. But yeah, we lost that battle. For last year, Control was pretty unanimous, which was really cool for us. I voted for Control.
Yeah, I did too.
I voted for Jedi Fallen Order.
That was legit.
I actually like that game a lot too.
I brought this up with them several times in person, but as the weeks and months go on, I like Death Stranding more and more, and I liked it at the time. But boy, I was the odd person out in the office. There were some big fans there. I just had a really good time playing that game, and I had a good time just kind of experientially playing with other people, and it was a good time.
It's because he was the first one to build all the bridges or the roads, and so he was on the top of the
I got all the likes.
leaderboards or whatever for ages.
Did anybody here like Death Stranding?
Hell yeah.
Still, That's a pretty low. I mean, I think Bubsy got bigger applause earlier. Did we mention Bubsy?
We haven't mentioned Bubsy.
Okay. Phew.
I think we just have time for one more question.
Quick question. My name is Kevin. And where is the Game Scoop after party?
That is a good question. We've been talking about that for a long time, and we could never figure anything else out. But we'll meet you guys out in the lobby and talk with you guys for a little bit afterwards. But I do think that's all the time we have. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. Thanks for watching, listening to the show.